What's going on, everybody? I don't really know if y'all can really hear me too good, but just want to do something a little different, like a little front camera, a little video, man, just to talk while I'm sitting here walking on this treadmill. Um, I started like doing my YouTube in like November, if I'm not mistaken, and right now we're in March, and you know, it's definitely a grind trying to stay consistent, and just starting out with my first idea as far as doing reactions to like news clips and really what's going on in the real world, which it's always something going on, man. A lot of the stories are sad and tragic, um, but I mean, it's just, definitely something I feel like needs light shed on it. Just reacting to these stories, trying to give my own perspective to them, and sometimes trying to make sense out of stuff that just doesn't make sense. And definitely today, I did a reaction to video of a 20-year-old who had a baby, and just she had it, something like she had it on her own, and the baby, was in the toilet and crying and stuff. And, I was just thinking about how the baby was just, inside of her body, living. And as soon as the baby, came into this cold world, uh, only lived for, ain't no telling how long. And the crying of a baby, man, seemed like that would have made like her motherly instincts just like instantly kick in, and um, make her, pick the baby up out the toilet, try to console the baby, try to call and get some type of help or something like that, and just try to make sure that this baby was cared for, nurtured, protected. Even if it was just her that was going to do this, until she was able to find somebody that would be able to do it. And that of course didn't happen, because she's currently incarcerated for allowing the baby to die, putting the baby in a duffel bag, putting it in a closet, and creating a shallow grave for her. But it just kind of puts a lot of stuff in perspective for me too. Um, you know, if you are able to make it to a point to where you can be on your own, and you can create your own way out here in life, and you can do your own thing, whether you go get educated and try to become a professional in some industry, or you create your own business, and try to grow that business, and be your own boss starting out, or whether you go and get a trade or something of that nature, and just try to keep elevating yourself that way. No matter what it is, it's just like you just gotta do it to the fullest. You gotta do your best to be the best. And you don't really ever want to let anybody um, make you feel like, man, it's something that you can't do, or never even tell yourself that. Never even feel like, that's an option. Can't is never an option. It's always do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You know, Never even trying. It's just like, well, even if you try, just know that, hey, man, I gave it my all. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna just switch up and modify stuff, and I'm gonna go right back at it. You know, because a lot of us, man, we don't really understand that even if we come from, terrible environments, not having your parents, not having support from family or friends, or, whatever it is, man, you still was able to make it to a point to where, your decision of your life is put in your own hands. And it's just like, you gotta take advantage of that, man, because life is short, you know. Life can be over in a heartbeat for you. A blink of an eye, snap of a finger. just that quick. I did some videos to where, people was either in a spot, having fun partying, and then all of a sudden gunshots go off. Or 1 second you're arguing with somebody, and then the next second you getting a bullet put into your body. So it just kind of puts life into perspective, really, for me. And I really appreciate, having life, and why I do have life, and why I'm, able to breathe and see a new day. I'm gonna try to get better every day. I'm gonna get better every day. Like it's just something that I've already told myself. Like, man, I'm never gonna give up on myself, or put myself into a position of where I'm gonna be down and out, and feel like life is over no matter what happens. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like anybody else, man, I've suffered losses, have suffered setbacks. Felt like, the weight of the world on my shoulders and stuff like that, but, I'm gonna keep going. I'm just built like that, you know. It's no quit, it's no give up in me, and it's just like my grind with YouTube, man, it's a slow grind, so it just makes me appreciate, every piece of content, everything that I'm learning, as far as topics that people like to see, and topics that people don't like to see and stuff like that. Like, but I feel like it's gonna be an audience for everything and every topic. It's just trying to get out there and, find that audience and let that audience find me. But just trying to come on here, do a different type of video, show a different side of me other than just, sitting there reacting to a video or whatnot. But another thing I want to talk to you about too is, if you're on the fence and you want to like jump out there and do content, do YouTube or anything, man, don't wait on anybody to motivate you to do it. Do it. Go ahead and do it yourself. The sooner you start, the better it's going to be, and the more comfortable you're going to be as far as doing your content. And if you're ever waiting on friends and family to try to give you that nudge and stuff like that and get you going, man, you're going to be waiting a long time, and you're more than likely going to miss your opportunity to go ahead and strike, while the fire's hot, Like, while you got that burning desire and that passion within you, go ahead and do what you need to do, Trust me, out of everyone that's subscribed to me right now, and none of them, my family and friends, maybe one person, I might have one cousin out of everybody that I know that's, subscribed to me and looking at my channel, but, you have situations to where, you'll be trying to do stuff, and, people will distract you and stuff like that. It's just really the devil just trying to get in your way, but you just got to have patience through those obstacles, you know what I'm saying? And, as soon as that distraction clears, you just go ahead and keep doing exactly what you were planning to do. And, at the end of the day, man, it's destined, I feel like a lot of stuff is predestined. And if you got a thought, or if you got a feeling, or if you got a want, something that you're passionate about, man, go after it. Don't wait on nobody. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You never know where you're gonna end up on the other side of that decision. So it's just best to go out there and just do it. It's just best to just do it. Same as like, okay, I'm in the gym right now, about to get me a good workout in. I said, I'm gonna get up, start getting up at a certain time and get my workout in before I have to log into, my 9 to 5 and stuff like that. And of course, my day is like busy because I really put work in, and I'm also, going to school and stuff like that. So, it's just constantly, something that I have going on. But, I get me a good amount of sleep and get up, and, I'm on the journey as far as working out, because I want to keep myself fit. I'm a slim guy and stuff like that, but, I'm looking to, bulk up and, stay nimble. stay as fit as possible, and just try to live, a healthier life. Try to watch what I put inside my body and watch what I eat and stuff like that, and just try to be the example that I would want for like my daughter to follow, or my nephews. Just try to be that example, or really anybody, man, because there's a lot of kids out here who don't have any type of mentors or don't have like anybody to look up to. So that's just really my goal. And even people that's around my age, in their 30s, just being the type of person that's going to get out here and do, and not so much say, hey, I'm gonna do this, hey, I'm gonna do that, and just never do it. So I just wanted to bring that little message, man. Don't be waiting on anybody to like pump you up or motivate you. You got to be your own motivation, and you got to strive for your own greatness, because everybody has to answer for themselves, atone for themselves at the end of the day. When it comes down to judgment, and when that day comes, it's gonna be everybody answering for themselves. So while you're here on this earth, you got to expect to answer for yourself, do for yourself. Everything that you want, and everything that is destined for you is right on the other side of those decisions. And I tell myself that all the time. And then too, you got to learn how to have some type of discipline about yourself too, because you can mess around and have everything you need or everything you want at the moment, and just not be disciplined enough to take advantage of those things, and a lot of times you can waste it. So I've also been in those situations too, where I've had everything I needed at the moment, couldn't even think of anything to ask for, and instead of being super disciplined at that time, and doing things that I'm currently doing now, I was doing a whole bunch of other stuff, like smoking and all that type of stuff, man, partying too much, and just dealing with too many females, all kind of stuff like that, like, and all that stuff is really just distracting and just holding me back from my true purpose. So it's stuff that you'll learn in life. Sometimes you just have to go through it to learn from that experience, and just try to keep moving forward. Once you learn from that lesson, it's just like, don't be naive to it. Don't ignore the lesson that you learned, and you just gotta stay on your path. Everyone's path is gonna be different. You might take bits and pieces from stuff that you like, and you just gotta put it all together into something that you like. And several creators that I've been watching over the last several years, and I know every message that they'll have, it's not gonna be for me, but for some of the messages that they do have that really stick with me, I just apply that to my own principles, to my own goals and things that I want to achieve. So it's as simple as that. But I think I'm gonna start doing these type of videos like a little bit more. Like I said, this channel is is using my real name, because I didn't want to come out and use like no other type of name. I just wanted to be myself on this channel, and like give my true opinions about real things, give my perspective about real things, and that's exactly what I plan to do. So just wanted to come and make a little quick video. Try to go ahead and keep this one like under 15 minutes, because I know people don't really like watching too long form of content, but so I just had a lot to say, and I woke up with making this video on my mind, so I said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and just continue my little workout here. Got like, stay on this thing about 3 more minutes, then I'm gonna go work on my legs, because I've been working on upper body, and this is like me getting back into the gym. Because again, for a couple years, um, haven't been in the gym at all. Haven't even cared about the gym. But now I really, really care about getting in this gym and working real hard. One thing that motivates me to do that is really paying this fee for this gym and for 24/7 access to the gym. So, you know, I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and we're gonna definitely see some results here within this next year or so. And I'm a realist, man. I know everything don't happen overnight. It's like, me getting to my whatever my goals is here on YouTube. It's not gonna happen overnight, man. Hell, it may be 5, 10 years before it happens. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep going. I don't care. No people watch. One person watch. 2 people, 3 people. I really don't care. I don't care if I only have 2 subscribers for the longest. It's gonna motivate me to keep going. It's gonna motivate me to try to figure it out, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And you have to definitely get comfortable with doing your content. Amongst like people in the real world, and you just have to understand that the times that you in, that's what people are doing. They're doing content. So yeah, it's just really breaking a lot of barriers down that you may have for yourself. Because man, you can't let other people put their barriers or their fears or their worries on you. You gotta break all that down, and you gotta do what's best for you. But like I always say at the end of my videos, man, if you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And in the comments, man, if you feel free to do a comment, let me know about like maybe a goal that you have, or something that you persevered through, something that you may want to do, or something that have already started. Just anything like that. Just put it in the comments, man. I'd love to hear from everybody. But again, this is Justin Paul. Peace.